Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. It's so funny. We were saying that you guys are all friends too. You know, JoJo from Jurors, and we just had Black Knight. We have Brooklyn Dad. But I'm telling you, that's where the truth tellers are, because you talk about it all the time, that the mainstream media is just failing us. They're not designed for this moment. You get more truth from the comedians and facts and from you on, like, you said the same thing I did. You tweeted, do not report Trump's fundraising totals till you see the receipts. Yeah. Do not report that he put up a $175 million bond till his insurer can prove its own solvency. Do not report his net worth till there's proof. Do not repeat his election lies. You need to stop falling for Trump's. I mean, that's just sums it up. And they keep doing it.
Absolutely. And there's one reporter in particular, I don't want to name names, but he did go to Princeton, so I didn't want to call him out by name. He's my fellow alum. But come on, he just repeated it verbatim. Didn't verify. The FEC reports haven't come on. And I ran for Congress. I mean, back in the day when I didn't know any better. But so I know how the FEC reports work.
Yeah.
And until we have itemized receipts, and even then I would be skeptical, because this guy has perpetrated massive financial fraud. Not just once, not just twice, but throughout his life, you know?
It's like the media is not prepared for this moment in our history. I keep quoting Judge Ludwig, who's like, our institutions and everything just seem frozen. They seem frozen and not know what to do with this guy. Look at how they reported his comments on abortion. He didn't moderate his position. Talk about that a little bit.
He just basically reiterated reality, right? Leaving it to the states as though it's some new policy. But this is a guy who appointed a third of the Supreme Court. And this is a guy who's found liable for sexual abuse. And he empowered 6 Federalist Society judges to police our bodies. This is the guy who, a sexual predator, is deciding what we can do with our bodies. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
It's completely mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's a rapist who has taken away all women's bodily rights, bodily autonomy.
I don't want to get in trouble, but on one of the networks I called him a serial rapist, and I had like people in my ear. I had really startled emails.
All right, only one that's been proven, but okay.
Now it's been proven, but like I've been dancing around the sexual predator, the thug.
No, I hear you, but that's why they dance around calling him a liar when almost everything he says is a lie. I mean, and you said amazing that nearly every respectable media outlet peddled Trump's unverified and highly suspect claim. You're going to believe the guy who lied about his property values, sexual assaults, taxes, the election, his extramarital affairs, COVID, Russia, Saudi Arabia, classified documents. I mean, it's more rare that he says anything true, right?
I would have gone on, but I hit the 140 character limit. There was more to say. But yeah, they only give a girl 140 characters.
Yeah,
it's well, on Threads I went on and on and on.
You're a girl that has too much character for that few characters. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And also, it's the whole party, as I always say, Lindy. And you another of your tweets went to that. You said Trump endorsed Tim Sheehy, bragged he was shot in Afghanistan. He was not.
Oh my God!
Tom Cotton bragged he was an Army Ranger. He was not. DeSantis boasted he saw active combat. He did not. Tuberville boasted that his dad helped command D-Day. He did not. The GOP has nothing but stolen valor. I mean, it infects the whole party, doesn't it?
It's like they don't know Google exists.
Right.
Like, you can easily debunk all these claims. It's just, I don't think they understand that it's just a few, so the fingertips. And I don't understand. And the story of the guy shooting himself.
Yeah.
And he was actually fined $525 for shooting himself in the park. And then he said he was protecting his fellow soldiers. So when was he lying? Is he lying now or was he lying then?
Yeah,
because he's lying one of the times.
Yeah. Exactly.
And of course, no, you
absolutely are one of the people who keeps me sane, because you're just so good at, putting the truth and the facts out there. And because a lot of times it is this endless chaos and exhaustion we've been living through. Tell us a little about you. Like, how did you get? You already dropped Princeton, so thank you.
Oh, I didn't mean
fancy book learning lady.
I'm sorry. I hate when people
I'm just kidding. No, but we didn't know you were in. We didn't know you were in Philly, and I guess we could say now we already just booked you for Philadelphia Sexy Liberal. We just
Amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I actually don't do, I generally say no to everything.
Uh-oh.
But no, like it's just for my mental health because it's just too much.
Yeah.
But something about you gave me pause, and I just said, like, I don't know if you noticed, I just don't do radio. I just don't do
yeah.
it.
Aw, well, we are
I'm just
honored.
really
But
overwhelmed,
you're
and I
gonna
have a lot of stuff
you're
going
gonna
on.
join Glenn Kirshner and JoJo from Jurors on panel at Sexy Liberal Save the World tour in Philadelphia at the
There's
Fillmore.
something about you that is so uniquely special, and I know like
Aw.
people across America would agree, and that's why I say this.
Oh, that's so
Thank you
touching.
for this
Don't make
opportunity.
me cry. I'm already the chick that cries on the radio. But Lindy, I was gonna say no, seriously, but you guys are the ones that keep me going, and people will say that to us. Oh, you keep me sane, but that's what you do. And just tell us a little bit about how you got here and because you go at the White House all the time. I mean, you're a big influencer. Tell us how you got here.
I just want, I mean, I don't, I was laughing. I was speaking with somebody, but I don't know if it's like childhood trauma or whatever, but I just have this need to do something really significant. I just have to. It's just not an option that I don't. I just have to. And I'm running, I told you earlier, I haven't slept in 2 days. My HVAC melted, and then the vice president, I was invited to meet with the vice president yesterday at the tarmac.
Because of course you were.
It was just incredible. I'm
Yeah.
an immigrant. English is my second language, so every moment I'm like floored.
Yeah.
Like people are completely like unfazed by it, but I'm like, oh my God, everything for me is just so incredible.
Right.
My friend says I have front row energy because in all the photos I'm like, oh my God. I'm here.
You're the
I'm
only
just
person
so-
we've booked for Sexy Liberal. It's like, oh, I'm hosting a thing for the president, but so let me look, and I'm like, okay, we'll bring him, please.
Oh, well, it's the event that we're hoping to host is an Asian American led event. It'd be his only
Yeah.
Asian American fundraiser. It's with Tammy Duckworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to come out in full force to just demonstrate that it's all facets of American society are united against Trump. Let's just be honest, like against fascism, against this like lunatic. He's a lunatic. He's a psychopath. I don't even understand how someone has the capacity to be that bad. I understand that it's happening, but why would you do that? Like I can't even comprehend it,
Yeah. No.
Evil seems so banal a word to use for what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's been overused. But there's just something so, I'm not cursing, so, screwed up about this situation in this
I
guy.
can't wait to let you loose on stage at Sexy Liberal. Be as
Are
big
we
a
allowed
potty
to
mouth
curse
as we.
then?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think just because I grew up so constricted as an Asian American woman,
Catholic school.
I'm just letting my freak flag fly now.
Absolutely.
I'm tired.
See, those are the F words you can use on this show. But when we get to Philadelphia, but yeah, no, you're exactly right. We say it like you have to laugh or you'd cry all day. It's too incredible that Jack Smith and all these generals had to write to this Supreme
Yeah,
Court.
I'm so glad
It's
you
so
did, though.
depressing. I mean,
But guess who didn't? Guess who went the other way? Oh yeah, I can't curse.
Oh.
But Josh Hawley
Yes.
Yeah.
and Ted Cruz
Yeah.
submitted an amicus brief urging the Supreme Court to protect Trump. And you know why? Because they know that if he's screwed, they're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
It's
Is
the same argument. If he's guilty
Yeah.
of insurrection, so are they. So they're doing everything they can. I'm trying to I'm like every time I talk about them again. Ted Cruz brings shame to my call. Like it's if you speak to any of our alumni,
Yeah.
we're ashamed. We're actively embarrassed that he's one of us.
Yeah.
And it's just that every time I talk about him, I get heated because I know he knows better. Prior to Trump, I used to have conversations with him.
Yeah.
I remember I bought a copy. I'm a book. I love books. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But I have a copy of Master of the Senate, and
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm weird. I brought it to Congress. Like I was
Yeah.
lugging around Master of the Senate by Robert Caro about LBJ.
Yeah.
And Ted Cruz saw it. He saw me carrying it, and we had a really thoughtful conversation.
Yeah.
This is 2014.
Yeah.
And he's changed so much since then.
You're
because
right, it
he
is
knows that
worse.
the incentives are to be MAGA, to be crazy.
Yeah.
But he's not like that, you
Yeah,
know?
it is worse that they know better. By the way, I do get heavy nerd energy from you, which I love so much. Just giant nerd.
I'm such a unapologetic nerd. Yeah.
But well, funny you bring up LBJ because my dad ran with Goldwater against LBJ in '64, but he was also
Wait,
a nerd.
what?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
But he was also a
Wait,
Nuremberg.
seriously?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was also a
Wait,
Nuremberg
that
prosecutor.
makes so much sense now. Like your last name is Miller.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, that's random. Why is that back there?
Yeah.
I get it now. Oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like a eureka moment. I should have connected the dots. It's incredible. So you're from a dynasty.
Well, just the one guy, but
Still, I mean, I'm an immigrant, so I'm fresh off the boat. This is incredible.
Anyway, but we were just saying. I mean, my dad be rolling over his grave. I mean, I'm going to inter my mom with my dad at Arlington in July, and it's he was a Nuremberg prosecutor. That there's this party
wow.
that there's this party saying Nazis are very fine people, and there's Nazi flags at some of Trump's rallies.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I'm from communist China.
Yeah.
This is no joke. This is not just, a thought experiment. This can actually happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I care so much more deeply than just the average Joe, because I lived it. The Chinese Communist Party killed my great-grandfather.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I know that this is real. This isn't just some theoretical thing. It could very well happen. And it only takes one lunatic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're one lunatic away from this happening. And my brother, who was born here, I love him. Hey, Jeff. He doesn't have a similar appreciation for it because he didn't live through an authoritarian regime.
Yeah.
I know. You can't go on Google or Facebook
Yeah.
in China.
No, I keep saying this is starting to feel like Hitler. This is like 1930s Germany, where nobody knows how to stop this mother. Right? The courts, the prosecutors, the judge, like his own party. Nobody seems willing to stop this guy, and it is the rise of fascism if we don't. And so, I have to ask, because our friend Aisha Tyler used to tell us that Barack Obama smelled like cookies and freedom, and I know JoJo from Jersey says that Biden smells like warm cocoa on a winter night. What is your experience of Joe Biden, of the president?
Oh my goodness. Can I just say, I was just thinking about this. No other, and I've seen everyone, at this point I've engaged with all major, every single major Democratic leader. No one makes me feel as loved and as seen as President Biden.
Aww.
And I don't
Yeah.
even want to call him Joe Biden because he deserves more than that. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying from my heart, I'm just trying, he deserves our love. He does. He's such a fundamentally good guy. And I can't say that. I don't want to name any names, but I know some people who are driven by realpolitik who have wanted to be president since they were in grade school. I know people, and again, I'm not going to get,
Right.
But Joe Biden is a sincerely good man. There was this one time I was just thinking, I don't even know why, but I thanked him. I was like, I'm an immigrant. Thank you for making me feel like an American. And he took my hand and he said, of course you're an American. Thank you for choosing us. You're the best of us.
Oh,
I have
God,
a
you're going to
photo
make
and
me
it
cry
went
now.
viral. And it's just this is incredible. Each and every time he takes time to talk,
Yeah. Yeah.
and genuinely connect.
No, I've met him once, and
Can't
it
say
was
that for-
the same, Lindy. I met him once, and I was like, oh my God, he knows who I am. He's like, makes you feel like you're the only
Steph,
person.
You're a national treasure. Of course
Oh.
he knows you.
I'm no Lindy Li, but you're absolutely right. It must drive you as crazy as it does me when people say, "Oh, lesser of two evils." I'm like, no. Joe
No,
Biden,
F-way.
as Lindsey
No,
Graham
not
once
at all.
said, is one of the best. Is as good a man as God ever created. Donald Trump is evil.
Yeah.
There's not less of two evils. It couldn't be more different. They couldn't be more 180, right?
There's something vacant about Trump's soul. I don't think there's a soul. I think it's just, I don't understand what's going on. It's hard for me to grasp it. But evil doesn't seem to fully capture how nihilistic and dangerous it is.
Lindy, these guys will tell you I'm a stage 5 clinger, and I do not ever want to let you go, but we're running long, so I'm going to have to say goodbye till Philly. Till Philly when I get to give you a big hug, and we see you at Sexy Liberal. Thank you so much for doing this.
I can't wait to see you. Thank you for having me, Steph.
Aw,
you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Lindy.
There she goes.